For 27 years, I thought I was lazy until I found out the real reason. I spent 27 years thinking I was the problem. Lazy, inconsistent, always behind, but I was wrong. There was a reason why I couldn't focus. In this video, I'll show you what I discovered and how understanding this changed everything for me. Hi, I'm Joel, a teacher and entrepreneur, wishing to become successful here on YouTube so that someday I can become a great help to the people who feel frustrated for being different and inconsistent. When I was young, I was really frustrated because my learning style, focus, habits, and routines just couldn't keep up with my studies. I wanted to become an honor student because I thought this was the only way I would be acknowledged. So I kept pushing everything I had, even when it started to break me. I lost my confidence because all I wanted was to excel and compete with my peers and classmates. But my mind couldn't keep up. I knew I could understand the lessons, but my mind was really scattered, and I couldn't organize my thoughts when speaking. Luckily, I could do it through writing, and that's how I survived. Because I kept pushing and dreaming, I was able to finish my studies and even become a professional teacher. I thought that if I become a professional, my life would change and I could finally prove to myself that even though I'm different, I can still become successful. But then another problem came. The same struggle I had when I was young started to affect my work as a teacher. I could keep up and do what teachers do, but I always felt like something was off and I needed to know why. So I stopped pushing and I started focusing on myself. Then, just 3 years ago, after many years of trying to understand why I am different from most people, I finally found out that I have ADHD. I felt a sense of relief after knowing it. Now, I have a chance to understand myself, and finally, I have a chance to love myself for being different and to show other people what I can do. So, after everything I went through, all the confusion, the frustration, the feeling of being left behind, I finally understood something that changed my life. All those years, I thought I was the problem. I thought I was lazy. I thought I wasn't disciplined enough. I thought I just needed to try harder. But I was wrong. The real problem was that I was trying to live like everyone else. And that leads me to the first lesson. If you feel different, it doesn't mean you're broken. It might mean you're trying to fit into a system that was never designed for you. For years, I kept pushing myself to follow routines that didn't match how my mind works. And the more I pushed, the more I failed. Not because I wasn't trying, but because I didn't understand myself. And that's the second lesson. Hard work without self understanding will always lead to frustration. Everything started to change when I stopped asking, how do I become like them? And started asking, how do I actually work? And that's when I discovered I have ADHD. Suddenly, everything made sense. The struggles I had when I was young, the inconsistency, the scattered thoughts, they were not random. There was a reason. And that leads me to the biggest lesson. Being different is not your weakness. It's your operating system. You don't need to fix yourself. You don't need to understand yourself and build your life around how you actually work. So if you're someone who felt inconsistent, someone who felt like you're always behind, someone who keeps starting but can't seem to continue, maybe you're not the problem. Maybe you just don't understand yourself yet. And once you do, that's when everything started to change. Maybe you're not the problem. Maybe you just don't understand yourself yet. And once you do, that's when everything starts to change. So, if you're someone who feels different, if you keep starting things but can't stay consistent, if you feel like you're trying your best but somehow it's still not enough, this is for you. Because the longest time I thought I was the only one. I thought I was just lazy. I thought I was just not good enough. But now I know there was a reason. And if you feel the same way, maybe you're not the problem either. Maybe you just don't understand yourself yet. So if you want to figure that out, if you want to finally stop forcing yourself to be someone you're not, then stay with me on this journey because I'm still figuring it out too. Maybe we can figure it out together. Still trying? See you next time.